Good morning, dear students. Today we will discuss next topic, classification of business activities. This is the second 1.2 second part of your first unit. Students, all the activities which are undertaken in the connection with the production of things and carrying them from the place of production to the place of consumption are called business. Okay. So in short, the activities connected with the production are called industry, right? And activities connected with the transport of goods produced from the factories to the consumers are called commerce. So business activities, the division of these activities has been, you can see in this diagram. It has two types. First is the industry and second is the commerce. So students, first one is the industry. Today we will discuss about industry. Industry includes all those activities through which the raw material is converted into finished products, right? In other words, you can say industry means the production and manufacturing of goods. Through industry, the things by nature are made capable of being used by creating from utility. So three types of goods are manufactured in the industry. First one is the producer's good, second is the consumer goods, and third is the intermediate goods. Producer goods means those things which are used in production by other industries are called producer goods, like machinery, plant, implements, etc. Okay. And second one is the consumer goods. Those things which are directly put to use are called consumer goods, like bread, cloth, medicines, etc. And third is the intermediate goods. Some industries manufacture such goods as are processed in the some other industry to produce some need-based goods, like plastic, iron, steel, rubber, aluminium, etc. Right? So next is in industry. It has also further three types. It refers to that economic activity which undertakes the production of goods and services. So students, the primary, first one is the types of industries. First is the primary industry. Primary industry means it refers to that industry which produces unrefined raw material out of which finished products are made. Means primary industry means the primary industry includes all those activities through which are the natural resources are used to provide raw material to other industries, right? First point is the genetic industry. Genetic industry is refers to that industry under which the breed of animals and vegetables are improved and made more useful. So it includes animal husbandry, poultry, tree planting, etc. Right? Genetic industries. So students, you can say in genetic industry, for example, you can add or more things like poultry farms, where birds are raised for meat or eggs, right? And second is extractive industries. So extractive industries refers to that industry under which something is extracted out of the earth, out of water or air, means by nature. For example, coal, iron, gas are extracted from the earth. Stone is taken out of the quarries. Food grains and other products are obtained from the agriculture. All things we include in extractive industry, right? Next, second part is the secondary industry. Secondary industry means it refers to that industry which uses the raw material produced by a primary industry and changes them into finished items. So under the secondary industry, new products are manufactured by the using the previously produced things. ओके जो आपने प्राइमरी में ऑलरेडी आपको जो मिल रहा है उसको आपने सेकेंडरी में खुद उसमें चेंजेस किए हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल Producing cotton is a primary industry, right? And manufacturing clothes out of cotton is a secondary industry. कॉटन जो है वो बाय नेचर आपको प्रोड्यूस होकर मिली, वो प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्री में आएगी, एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग क्लोथ्स आउट ऑफ द कॉटन इज द सेकेंडरी इंडस्ट्री, राइट? इट हैज आल्सो नेक्स्ट types. First is the manufacturing industry and second is the constructive industry. It has also two types. Manufacturing industry. The manufacturing industry means that industry wherein raw material and semi-finished material are used with the help of man and machine to bring out the finished goods. For example, cloth from cotton, steel from iron ore, okay, and sugar from sugarcane, and paper from bamboo, and cement from stone, right? So the manufacturing industry can also further divided into four parts. You can see first one is the analytical industry, second one is the processing industry, third is the synthetic industry, and fourth one is the assembling industry, right? And now we will discuss first one, analytical industry. Students, these industries analyze and separate different elements from the same raw material to produce various finished products. Under this, many things are manufactured out of one thing. For example, petrol, diesel, gasoline, etc. are produced out of the crude oil. ठीक है, ये सब चीजें आपको क्रूड ऑयल से ही मिलती है. So these are include under analytical industry. Second is processing industry. Processing industry means that industry wherein useful things are manufactured by making the raw material pass through different production process. For example, means these industries follow successive stages or processes to convert raw material into finished goods. For example, you can say textile industry. Fabric is prepared following processes of preparing fabric from the yarn, removing impurities, dyeing and printing, etc. You can take another example also, like manufacturing sugar from sugarcane, and you can take paper industry also, right? Third one is the synthetic industry. So these industries mix different ingredients to produce a new product, right? So under this industry, many raw materials are mixed to produce a more useful product. For example, cement is manufactured by mixing limestone, gypsum, and coal and sand, etc. Right? And last one is the assembling industry. Assembling industry, in this category, that industry is included wherein the parts manufactured by different industries are assembled to produce new and useful product. Okay, these industries assemble different components to make a new product. Okay, एक नया प्रोडक्ट बनाने के लिए different parts इसके अलग अलग से assemble किए जाते हैं. So these components may be manufactured by themselves. हो सकता है कि सारे parts आपने एक ही इंडस्ट्री में मैन्युफैक्चर हुए हों और अदर बिजनेस भी, या कुछ पार्ट्स किसी और बिजनेस से भी हम ले सकते हैं, तो कुछ भी इसमें आप इंक्लूड किया जा सकता है. फॉर एग्जांपल, ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्रीज, टेलीविजन इंडस्ट्रीज, कंप्यूटर्स, वॉचेस, साइकिल, रेडियो, स्कूटर. Okay, all these examples you can add in this assembling industry, right? Next, second part is the constructive industry. So these industries are engaged in construction or building of roads, dams, flyovers, buildings, tunnels, etc. Under this industry, constructive works are done by using the things produced by other industries. For example, by using cement, iron, bricks, wood, etc. Building bridges, road, dams are constructed. So this industry produce things which are of permanent nature and which are used mostly for public welfare. Okay, for example, can take one more example. DLF construction company, right? Next is the tertiary industry, third part. Third part of industry is the tertiary industry. Students, these industries are also called service industry. Okay, so service industries include those services which help business to move unhindered. For example, transport, bank, insurance, advertisement, storage, etc. Okay, so these days all these services are called industry. For example, transport industry, banking industry, insurance industry, advertisement industries, warehousing industries. So there are many hindrances in business. These hindrances are and the services which remove these hindrances. For example, first one is the hindrance in taking things from one place to another. जो प्रॉब्लम आती है सबसे ज्यादा, आपने जो प्रोड्यूस कर लिया है उसको एक प्लेस से दूसरे, यानी कि प्रोडक्शन जहाँ हुई हो वहां से लेके प्रोडक्ट को जहाँ पर कंजम्पशन होनी है वहां तक उसको ले जाने की सबसे पहली प्रॉब्लम, hindrance. So this hindrance is removed with the help of the transport industry. First one is right. तो ट्रांसपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री से आपको ये जो प्रॉब्लम है वो सॉल्व होती है, राइट. Second is the hindrance of finance. It is removed with the help of the banking industry. Second one is the right. Hindrance of risk. अब आप वन प्लेस से अनदर लेके जाने में उसमें भी आपका रिस्क रहता है, कोई एक्सीडेंट हो जाए या कोई चोरी हो जाए कुछ भी, एंड अगर आपने कुछ स्टोर करके रखा है अपने वेयर हाउसेस में तब भी उसमें रिस्क है. सो इट इज रिमूव्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री, राइट. एंड नेक्स्ट यू कैन से हिंड्रेंस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. आपने प्रोडक्ट बना तो लिया लेकिन अब लोगों को नहीं पता वो आपका कैसे परचेज करेंगे. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो द हिंड्रेंस. सो इट इज रिमूव्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द एडवर्टाइजमेंट इंडस्ट्री, राइट. एंड और हिंड्रेंस क्या हो सकते हैं? हिंड्रेंस ऑफ स्टोरेज ऑफ गुड्स. अब आपने गुड्स बना ली है लेकिन उसको कहाँ स्टोर करके रखा जाए. सो इट इज रिमूव्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द वेयर हाउसिंग इंडस्ट्री. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी मेंशन दिस थिंग. Transport industry, banking industry, insurance industry, advertisement industry, warehousing industries, etc. are the example of these services. So students, this was the industry, about the industry. Next topic is the in same topic, classification of business. Second part is the commerce. It refers to the sum total of all those activities which are engaged in the removal of hindrances of person, place, time, risk, finance, and information in the exchange of commodities. So, you know very well, this is the economic activity which starts with the production and ends with the consumption. ये हमारी जो business activities जो हमने भी की हैं वो production से start होकर कहाँ पर end हो रही है इसकी consumption पे. So a long and difficult way has to cover in taking the finished product from the place of production to place of consumption. ठीक है, तो एक difficult way है इसमें जो आपको इसमें cover करना होता है. जो प्रोडक्ट आपने प्रोड्यूस किया उसको जहां पर उसकी कंजम्पशन है वहां तक ले जाने के लिए. सो द वर्क ऑफ प्रोडक्शन फॉल्स विद इन द जुडिक्शन ऑफ इंडस्ट्री व्हाइल द रिमेनिंग एक्टिविटी बिलोंग्स टू कॉमर्स. अब जितने आपने इंडस्ट्री में जो भी हमने पार्ट्स किए इसके बाद अब जो रह गए हैं वो पार्ट्स वो सारे आ जाएंगे कॉमर्स में. सो इट रेफर्स टू द सम टोटल ऑफ ऑल दोज एक्टिविटीज which are engaged in the removal of hindrance of person, place, time, risk, finance, and information in the exchange of commodities, right? So this process begins in this way. First of all, the wholesaler dealer purchase the finished product from the factories. जो wholesaler होते हैं वो purchase कर लेते हैं वो सारी goods. So later on the same product is purchased by the retailers. And the last step in this process is the sale of the product to the consumers. ठीक है, जो भी है प्रोड्यूस किया है प्रोडक्शन कंपनी से वो जाएगा होलसेलर के पास, होलसेलर से जाएगा वो रिटेलर के पास, रिटेलर से जाएगा वो कंज्यूमर्स के पास। ये चेन हो जाती है, इस तरह से इस चेन में वो प्रोडक्ट जो है वो कंजम्पशन, जहाँ प्लेस ऑफ कंजम्पशन है उसका, वहां तक वो पहुंचता है। बट द मैटर डज नॉट एंड विद दिस, देयर आर सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स इन सेल, परचेज और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ गुड्स। यहाँ पर ही मैटर खत्म नहीं होता है। So just as the means of transport are needed to take material from one place to another, and second thing is insurance is needed for the safety of the material, and third is the sale purchase of material need finance, and godown are also needed for stocking the material, and especially advertisement is needed for giving information about the material, ताकि लोग उसको परचेज कर सके। So in this way, commerce includes the purchase, sale of things and activities related with the removing of all difficulties in connection with them. जो कॉमर्स का जो रोल है वो उसमें क्या है कि जितने भी यहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी उन सबको दूर करना। सो द दिस डायग्राम you can see, first one is the place of production to purchase and sale and subsidiary activities, after then place of consumption. This diagram shows the relationship among the production, consumption and commerce. Okay. So this it makes it clear the commerce is the sum total of all those activities which have to be undertaken in carrying things from the place of production to the place of consumption. Okay. It also have two types. First one is the trade, and second one is the auxiliaries to trade, right? Next, first one is the trade. These are the components of the commerce. First one is the trade. So students, trade means buying and selling of goods or services with the purpose of getting profit. So in other words, trade means exchange of goods and services for the purpose of mutual profit of both the buyer and the seller, right? So those who perform these activities are called traders. जो भी activities को perform करेंगे, that persons are called trader. And their activities, जो ये activity है वो क्या है? वो है trade, right? So trade can be carried on the smallest as well as largest scale. ये आप depend करता है कि business किस level का है, किस scale का है. For example, if an individual sells his goods on an hand cart, and it is also trade. एक person, single person छोटा सा काम भी कर रहा है, handwork कुछ भी कर रहा है, that is also called trade. But this is a small scale, right? Small shops being run in the street are also a part of trade. छोटे छोटे जो shops आप गलियों में देखते हो, that is also the part of trade. So on the other hand, the big showrooms in the market, departmental stores, too are an integral part of the trade. ये भी trade की part है. So apart from this, trade is carried on from the local level to the state level and the national level, and even international level भी. So the इसका जो क्लासिफिकेशन है अभी इसमें उसको हम डिटेल में करते हैं. फर्स्ट वन, ट्रेड. इन ट्रेड यू कैन से इट हैज आल्सो टू टाइप्स, होम ट्रेड एंड फॉरेन ट्रेड. Home trade, first point is home trade. When the buying and selling of things takes place within the national boundaries, जब आपकी अपनी ही कंट्री की नेशनल बाउंड्रीज के अंदर ही बाइंग एंड सेलिंग की प्रोसेस है, तो इट इज कॉल्ड द होम ट्रेड. So the type of home trade are as first one is the local trade, second is the state trade, and third is the interstate trade. Okay, and wholesale trade and retail trade, you can say these are also uh, end of the head home trade, which is followed by local level, state level, national level trade. It means the wholesale trade and retail trade are carried on the at all the three levels of trade. जितने भी चाहे local trade है, चाहे state trade है, चाहे वो interstate trade है, तीनों में ही wholesale और retail trade जो है वो included है. Okay, and the wholesale trade means the buying of goods in the large quantities from the producers. Wholesaler क्या करते हैं? Wholesale trade में क्या होता है? बहुत लार्ज क्वांटिटी से वो प्रोड्यूसर से वो सारे गुड्स जो है वो परचेज करते हैं और मैन्युफैक्चर मैन्युफैक्चरर से भी, मैन्युफैक्चरर है या प्रोड्यूसर है जो भी है उसे वो परचेज कर लेते हैं, और दे आर ऑथराइज्ड डीलर्स एंड सेलिंग द सेम इन, और वो उसको सेल कर देते हैं इन स्मॉल क्वांटिटीज इन द रिटेलर्स, राइट. Local trade, you can say, local trade is limited to some village, town, and district. And state trade means when a trader starts trading above the local level and trades on the state level. It is also called trade on the state level, like Karnal to Panipat, right? Karnal to, मतलब एक स्टेट लेवल पे आ गया, या फिर स्टेट लोकल लेवल तो एक सिटी से एक विलेज से दूसरी, बट स्टेट लेवल फ्रॉम हरियाणा टू पंजाब. So when trade is carried on among different states of the country, it is called interstate. जब हरियाणा टू पंजाब जाएगा तो ये इंटरस्टेट हो जाएगा, राइट. When a trade from Haryana trades with the traders from the UP or Punjab or Himachal or any other state, it is called interstate trade, right. Second इसमें है foreign trade. Foreign trade when the conduct of trade crosses the national boundaries and reaches the foreign lands, foreign trade is born. जब एक बाउंड्री मतलब अपने नेशनल बाउंड्री से क्रॉस होकर वो किसी और कंट्री के अंदर जगह ट्रेड होता है, that is called foreign trade, in which we can include three parts: import, export trade, and interport trade. Yes, students, this is the foreign trade when the, yes, first one is the import trade, second is the export trade, and third is the interport trade. When a business of country buys some goods from the businessman of another country, it is called import trade. For example, when India buys petroleum product from Iran, so it will be import trade for India. Okay, when we purchase anything from the another country. Second is the export trade, when the trade of one country sells something to the trade of another country. When we sell, अगर हम किसी दूसरी country में sell करेंगे, that it is called the export trade. For example, India sells cotton clothes, tea, jute, etc. to the foreign countries. It will be export trade for India. And third is the entrepot trade, when a country imports some goods from another country and then export the same goods to some third country. Like एक country से आपने purchase किया और same things you are selling to another country. That is, it is known as a entrepot trade. So in this type of trade, one country serves as a mediator between the other two countries, and the goods are underloaded on the port, and even without unloading the same, it is exported. Okay, for example, England import goods from South Africa and export it to the other European countries, right? This is called entrepot trade. So students, next topic is the next component is auxiliaries to trade. So commerce include not only trade but also various other auxiliaries or aid to or subsidiary activities. Means this is also called services. All those activities which are undertaken to overcome the hurdles appearing in the way of the trade are called aids to trade. जो भी इसमें प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, हिंड्रेंसेस हैं, उन सबको यहाँ पर ये रिमूव करता है. ठीक है, इसमें कौन कौन से पर्सन्स हैं? फर्स्ट वन इज द हिंड्रेंस ऑफ पर्सन्स. इसका सोल्यूशन इज द मिडलमैन. ओके, मिडलमैन आर जैसे होलसेलर हैं, जैसे रिटेलर्स हैं, एजेंट्स हैं, दीज आर द मिडलमैन. अब प्रोड्यूसर जो है, प्रोड्यूसर से डायरेक्टली कस्टमर तक जो है वो प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं पहुंच सकते हैं ना, तो इस चीज को जो रिमूव किया है वो किसने किया है? मिडलमैन. ओके, सेकंड इज द हिंड्रेंस ऑफ प्लेस. अब प्लेस है, जैसे वन प्लेस टू अनदर आपको लेके जाना है, प्लेस ऑफ प्रोडक्शन टू प्लेस ऑफ कंजम्पशन. तो दिस हिंड्रेंस सॉल्यूशन क्या है इसका, किसने रिमूव किया है? ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड कम्युनिकेशन. हिंड्रेंस ऑफ टाइम, टाइम इसके लिए किसने सोल्यूशन दिया? वेयर हाउसिंग, राइट. देन हिंड्रेंस ऑफ रिस्क, solution is insurance. Hindrance of finance, solution is the banking, and hindrances of information, solution is the advertisement, right? So who is middleman? Students, there are limited number of producers of any product while the consumers are unlimited. आपको पता ही है. But hence it is not possible to consumer to purchase goods directly from the producer. ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है कि प्रोड्यूसर से डायरेक्टली कस्टमर तक कोई भी चीज पहुंच सके. So this is the first problem in sale of and purchase of goods. This is the hindrance of persons. तो इसको, इसके लिए solution क्या है? Producer to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, retailer to consumer, right? So hindrance of persons can be done away with the help of the middleman, right? Second is the transport and communication. So usually commodities are manufactured in certain specific areas while consumers are not very nearby. आपको पता ही है कि वो बहुत दूर दूर है क्योंकि एक जगह पर जहाँ प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है वहीं पर सारे कस्टमर्स नहीं अवेलेबल होते. So producers and consumers are far away from each other geographically. So there is one more hindrance in trade. So this hindrance is related to the transportation of the goods from the place of production to the place of consumption. ये hindrance कैसे eliminate होगा? For you can say यहाँ तो ये है transport के through. Okay. Next is the warehousing. So usually there is a big gap of time between the manufacturing of any product and consumption of the product. अब जैसे आज products बन गए, जरूरी नहीं है ना कि ये आज ही consume हो जाएंगे, तो इनको तब तक के लिए जब तक ये consumption इनकी नहीं होती है तब तक के लिए इनको कहाँ पर रखना है. तो ये टाइम गैप जो है वो इस टाइम गैप को कौन किस तरह से ये हिंड्रेंस जो है वो आपकी रिकवर होगी. सो अ सॉल्यूशन इज द वेयर हाउसिंग. ओके ठीक है. तो यहाँ पर एक क्या होता है कि कई बार कुछ सीजनल चीजें होती हैं, जैसे सपोज समर के लिए कुछ सामान स्पेशली थिंग्स जो है प्रोड्यूस की गई हैं या फिर विंटर के लिए स्पेशली सीजनल प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. फॉर इंस्टेंस शुगर इज प्रोड्यूस फ्रॉम द नवंबर टिल मार्च but it is consumed throughout the year. Okay, so hence the finished products have to be stored from the time of their production till they are consumed, jab tak ki wo consume nahi hoti. So this problem is solved by the warehouses. Okay, next is the insurance. Whatever be the scale of business ka scale kuch bhi ho, large or small ho, at the same time of storage and transporting of these goods are one place to another, elements of risk is always there. आपको जब एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाना है तब भी रिस्क है, जब आपने स्टोर करके रखना है तब भी रिस्क है. फॉर इंस्टेंस डैमेज ऑफ गुड्स, थेफ्ट ऑफ गुड्स एंड और अदर नेचुरल कैलमिटीज can present the element of risk. So this problem can be solved by the insurance, right? So insurance companies offer many facilities for the business. Next is the banking. So students, finance is the backbone of the business. It is required from the moment the raw material is purchased till the sale of the फिनिश प्रोडक्ट्स. जब से आप बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हो रॉ मटेरियल परचेज करने से और जब तक वो फिनिश्ड गुड्स आपकी सेल नहीं हो जाती तब तक के लिए आपको फाइनेंस की बहुत ज्यादा नीड रहती है. सो अ बिजनेसमैन इज यूजुअली शॉर्ट ऑफ सेल्फ ओन फंड्स which he compensate by the borrowing from the outside. So sometimes goods are purchased from the distant places where a cash payment of course is not possible. So there is problem of making of payment. So the supplier arises. तो हो जाती है ना प्रॉब्लम कि हर वक्त पैसा नहीं अवेलेबल है. So यहाँ पर letter of credit is required if goods have been imported from the foreign countries. Okay, and foreign exchange is required as an international trade. And lastly, the business cannot be expanded due to the lack of proper finance. So all these hurdles can be eliminated with the help of banking. जो भी ये हमारे ये प्रॉब्लम हम फेस करते हैं ये बैंकिंग के थ्रू ये सारी सॉल्यूशंस हमें मिलते हैं. And last one is advertisement. So in today a competitive market, it is not possible for a businessman to sit and wait for customers after investing heavily in business. उसने इतना पैसा उसमें इन्वेस्ट कर दिया, इतना प्रोडक्शन किया, इतनी मेहनत करी और अब वो वेट करेगा कस्टमर्स के लिए, ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं है. So to attract customers towards his product, a producer has to provide full knowledge of his product to the customer. ताकि advertisement does this properly. Advertisement से ये possible है. So advertisement enhances the knowledge of the customers about the products available in the market, and with the help of this knowledge, customer takes decisions about the purchase of product. जब उनको ये knowledge मिलती है तो वो easily अपने product को purchase करने के लिए decisions लेते हैं. So in this way, advertisement enhances the knowledge of the customers and eliminates the hindrance of the information, right? So students, in this clearly the above discussion that during the sale and purchase of goods there are hindrances of persons, place, time, risk, finance and information. So these hindrances can be eliminated by the middleman, transport, communication, warehousing, advertisement, banking and insurance, etc. So the sum total of all these activities which eliminate the hindrances of trade is commerce. Okay, now the differences between among the industry, commerce and trade you can do by yourself now. Okay students, revise this topic and make the proper notes. Thank you students, have a nice day.